All right, here we have the notes for section 10-1, which deals with circles and the circumference. So there's our main ideas: identify and use parts of circles, solve problems involving the circumference of a circle, and lots of vocab words: circle, center, chord, radius, diameter, circumference, and pi. In case you have forgotten, pi is about 3.14 as its decimal value. Okay. So, definition of a circle there. A circle is the locus of all points in a plane equidistant from a given point called the center of the circle. So that's how you get the, for lack of a better word, the circle shape of the circle. Each of those points on the edge of the circle that make up the circle itself is the same distance from the center. When you name a circle, circles are named by their center, whatever that point happens to be. So here you have segments that are on a circle. So up here in the upper left, any segment with both endpoints that are on the circle is referred to as a chord. So AF is a chord. Now BE is also a chord because its endpoints are on the edges of the circle. Down here, lower left, a chord that passes the center is called a diameter. So BE is both a chord and the diameter because it goes to the center of the circle. And over here, any segment with endpoints that are in the center and the edge is referred to as a radius. So CD is a radius, CB is a radius, CE is also a radius. So radiuses run from center to the edge, diameters run edge to edge through the center, and a chord just has to run edge to edge. So remember, diameters are also chords. Oops, can't get the next page. There we go. All right. All right, so here we go. Example 1, name the circle. So the symbol for circle is a circle with a dot in the middle, so that is circle K, because K is a center point. Name a radius. So there are actually 5 radii on this circle. They are KR, KN, KO, KP, and KQ. So any one of those 5s would be acceptable answers, as long as it runs center to edge. A chord runs edge to edge, so you need a line segment that has its 2 endpoints on the edge of the circle. There's only one of those, that is RP, or PR if you want to go backwards, and name it a diameter. RP is also a diameter because it runs through the center. So in this case, you notice the chord and diameter are also the same thing. All right, example 2 here. Circle A has diameters DF, so DF is a diameter. PG is also diameter because they both run edge to edge through the center A. So first one here, if DF is equal to 10, find DA. So DF is a diameter, DA is a radius, and radii are always half of diameters. So DA is equal to 5, half. Let's see here. For the second part here, AG is 12. Find AL. So AG is a radius if it's 12. AL is also a radius. Sorry, LA is also a radius, so it is also 12. Because all radii have the same length. Same thing's true for a diameter. All the diameters have to have the same length. All right, example 3. The diameters of circle A, B, and C are 10, 20, and 14 inches respectively. Find the distance from X to B. Okay, so we need to fill in some values. So I'm going to do a little thing here. So circle A, circle B, circle C. So circle A has a diameter of 10, B is 20, and C is 14. And then I'm going to figure out the radiuses. So 5, 10, and 7. Because that's going to let me fill in some values here. So if circle C, for example, has a radius of 7, I know why C has to be 7, center to the edge. Same thing, AX is going to have to be 5. And I want to know XB. Okay, so if I want to know XB, so from B to A is a radius of circle B. So it has to equal, that entire distance is 10. So if that whole distance is 10, same thing's true going that way. That way is also 10. So if that whole distance is 10, and that part of it's 5, XB is going to be 10, the whole length, minus the piece that I know. So XB is going to be equal to 5. Okay, down here, talk about the circumference. Circumference of a circle is the distance around the circle. Circumference is most often represented by the letter C. So for definition down there, So for a circumference of c units and a diameter of d units, or a radius of r units, the circumference is either equal to pi times the diameter or 2 times pi times the radius. Now that makes sense because if you put the 2 and the pi together, or 2 and the r together, that is the diameter. So those two equations are equivalent to each other. And let's see here. Example 4 here, find the circumference if r is equal to 7 centimeters. So the circumference is equal to 2 times pi times the radius. So c equals 2 times pi times 7. And then let's work that out. 2 times 3.14 times 7 is 43.96. Now, another acceptable answer is also 14 pi. 2 times 7, just leave the pi as is. So down here, pi d, so pi times 12.5. So that is about 3.14 times 12.5, 39.25. However, 12.5 pi is also an acceptable answer. You can see it as pi. So here, find the diameter and the radius to the nearest hundredth if the circumference is 136.9. So I'm going to use the 2 pi r. Actually, I'm going to use pi d. So pi times the diameter. So 136.9 is equal to 3.14 times the diameter. So divide both sides by the 3.14. So the diameter of that circle, 136.9 divided by 3.14, is, and it says nearest hundredth, so that's 2 decimal places, 43.60. The radius then is going to be half that number, 43.6 divided by 2 is 21.8 meters. Put my units on there. Now you could have used the 2 pi r. That would have taken you 2 steps. You'd have to do 136.9 divided by 2 and then divide by pi, or work out 2 times pi, which is 6.28. But then you'd find the radius, which you have to double to get the diameter. All right, last example here. Find the exact circumference of circle P. Now note, since it says exact, I cannot have decimal values, which means leave the pi in. Don't multiply the pi symbol out. So I need to figure out the diameter of this circle first. Now, if you notice, there's a rectangle drawn in here, and a half of a rectangle is a right triangle, so I can find that distance there by doing Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. 25 plus 144 is equal to c squared. 169 is equal to c squared. C is 13. So that distance there is 13. So that's the diameter. The circumference of a circle is pi times the diameter. So the circumference is pi times 13. And since I cannot multiply that out, I just leave it as 13 pi. And that is the end of the section.